Hello and welcome to the Homemade Songwriter. I'm Matt, and today we're going to finish up our video series on our process for ensuring that you write great songs, the Litmus test. So far we've answered the first two questions of the test, which answer the questions, is your song lyrically interesting, and does your song utilize thematic melody? If you haven't watched those videos yet, I encourage you to check them out. I'll link them in the description as well as up in the card. But this video is going to cover the third and final test, which answers the question, does your song utilize universal storytelling? This test ties in really closely with the first test about your lyrics, but it's sort of the other side of the same coin. Because you can write a song that's lyrically interesting, i.e. you can find a way to tell the story of your song in an interesting way, but if your song is about something that no one cares about or no one can relate to, then who cares? The song will fall flat. A lyrically interesting version of a song about vacuuming just isn't going to resonate. So, what is universal storytelling? Well, simply put, universal storytelling in songwriting is telling your story in a way that everybody can relate to via the common themes of life that everyone experiences. There are certain themes and certain experiences that all humans go through. Love, loss, joy, loneliness, wonder, excitement, nostalgia, power, insecurity, right? These are things that everybody goes through. Everybody experiences these things in one way or another. Now, what's interesting is that while everybody experiences these things, we all tend to experience them in different ways. So think about someone gets a promotion, becomes the boss in their company. Suddenly they have a lot of power and influence over this group of people. Meanwhile, the president gets elected, and he has a crazy amount of influence and crazy amount of power over a huge amount of people. Now, in practice, these experiences are vastly different, right? Influence over your company versus global influence. But the theme that runs through them is the same. They're both experiencing power and influence, just in varying amounts. But both of those people could listen to a song with themes of power in it, and they could bob their heads along. So you can use this in your own songs by telling your story, your own unique story, but weaving in those common life themes that everybody can relate to. Think of it like this. There's you and your listener, right? And then your song is like a bridge to your listener. So your goal here is to build that bridge, build that relationship and relatability with your listener so that they internalize your songs, relate to your songs, and then want to share them with other people. But to do that, you have to find that common ground and build that bridge, build that connection. So let's make this really clear with an example. I think a really interesting case study for this principle is rap music. And admittedly, I don't listen to a ton of rap, but just hear me out because this is going somewhere. There are tons of rap songs about making just millions and millions of dollars and going to fancy clubs and owning fancy houses and just living this crazy, extravagant lifestyle, right? And that kind of lifestyle is way beyond most people's wildest dreams. So 99% of the people that listen to those songs can't relate to that lifestyle. So why do they listen to it? Well, part of the answer is the first two tests of the Litmus test. Lyrically interesting, the songs are well written, the rhymes hit, the flow is good, and those lyrics are emphasized with a thematic melody, right? If it's a song about, power and being cool, then listening to the song makes you feel those things. It makes you feel strong. It makes you feel cool, right? But the universal storytelling is woven in there, and that's the driver that gives the song such a wide audience. I mean, you think about those songs, and they're celebrating typically a theme of overcoming adversity. That's a huge theme in a ton of different rap songs, right? I mean, starting from nothing and building a huge future out of nothing but determination and hard work, hope in difficult circumstances, underdog, right? And that is a story that a high school kid playing sports, as well as a multimillionaire entrepreneur who built a business from nothing and escaped poverty, as well as somebody who's stuck in some dead-end job with a dream, can all relate to. So by the power of universal storytelling, utilizing life's common themes and experiences, and showing those themes through the unique circumstances and experiences, the song has a reach to a huge amount of people. That is the power of universal storytelling in your songs. So how do you use this in your song? First, I would say tell your story. Universal doesn't mean not personal. Listeners want to hear something real. They want to get to know you through your music. A songwriter who writes from the heart in a way that the listener can relate to is like a good friend. It can help them get through hard times. It can help them celebrate good times. So include details, small things in your story, right? But make sure you weave those common themes in there so that a bridge can be built from your story to your listener's story. Okay, that's the Litmus test. Hopefully this all makes sense. If you have any questions, definitely leave it in the comment section and we'll be sure to answer it. If you can get your song to hit and pass all three of these tests, then you have a hit song on your hands. How do I know that? Because if it passes all three tests, then you'll have a well-written song whose message is emphasized by the melody that surrounds it, and it will have reached to the maximum number of people by the power of story. And that, my friends, is a hit song. That's a song that's going to have impact. Now, if you're struggling with writer's block and having a hard time getting your songs going, then check out the description. We have a new guide. It's a chord progression cheat sheet. It's free and it's a quick little one-page guide all about chord progressions. If you don't know where to start your song, this would be a great place to just get the creative juices flowing, and it's even got some of Austin and I's favorite chord progressions that you can use in your own songs. Okay, that's it for this video. Keep writing litmus test passing songs, and we'll see you in the next one.